Tuesday night, Shelby Miller was sensational on his way to a complete game shutout of the Fightin' Phils.
He got it. He finished with a flourish.
Tonight, mustachioed Mike Foltynewicz takes his second turn as a starter, fresh off a night he'll not soon forget.
Line drive, left center field. That's headed for the gap. Here comes Simmons. He'll score. Here comes Younger out third. They'll green light him. Foltynewicz with a 2 RBI double.
Stick around. It's the final game of the homestand. It's the Phils and the Braves coming up next. Tonight in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, we wrap up a long 10-game homestand and hope to take 2 out of 3 from the Fightin' Phillies. It's the rubber game of the set. The Braves try to get back to 500 as they host the Phillies here at Turner Field. Hi again, friends, along with Tom Glavine and Joe Simpson. Chip Carey, welcome back to the ballpark. The old anything you can do, I can do better might be the theme tonight. Shelby Miller was outstanding for the Braves last night. And Joe, tonight, Mike Foltynewicz tries to go 2 for 2 as a Braves starting pitcher.
You know, it wasn't so long ago that we used to see these guys try to one-up each other all the time. Some guys that we became very fond of. Well, if there was ever an inspiration, it was last night for Mike Foltynewicz, because after what happened in the first inning, he thought this was a homer, got the ball from the umpire, and then realized, okay, inning's over. I'm all right. And boy, did he settle in and pitch pretty good baseball. He's got a great arm, but it wasn't just his arm that did the number for him the other night.
No, it wasn't. He took matters into his own hand, got behind early, like you said, and then after a couple innings of lackluster baseball, took the bat, got himself a big double, scored a couple runs, got the Braves back in the game offensively, and then things took off from there. But you see how he got here. You see what he did in his debut against Cincinnati, so look for more of that. And here's that at-bat from the other night. You want to endear yourself to your manager, show him that you can pitch, and show him you can handle the bat. And Folty did it right there. Big double, like I said, got the offense going, which up to that point had been pretty stagnant. So those are the kinds of things, like I said, that you can do to help yourself win some ball games. And more importantly, keep yourself in some ball games late in the game when maybe there's a tie score. Your manager won't be so apt to take you out for a bat.
I'm so proud of Tom Glavine. Not one athlete reference
Looked
whatsoever.
like an athlete, didn't he?
He did look like an athlete. I was saving it for the game.
Oh, he's turned over a new leaf, or so we thought. It's Game 3. It's the Braves and Phillies. Coming up, Fab 5 Freddy talks about this Atlanta homestand as we get you set for the ball game right after this.
A 9-run win as we take a look at our Georgia Lottery jackpot hitting the lottery numbers. You take a look at from the beginning of this homestand, the numbers have just gone up for the Braves offense. A 286 average in the last 9 games compared to 237 in the first 18 games. How about runs per game from 3.8 to 5.4? Now they look for consistency as they wrap up this homestand and hit the road. I talked to Freddie Freeman about it earlier and how the offense has been doing so far.
Take a lot of pride, the guys that were here in the last couple of years, this year we've been trying to do a little bit different than what we have been in the past and get guys on, get them over, get them in, and we've definitely been doing that in the first 6 of the season. So hopefully we can continue that and continue this homestand and get a good win, and hopefully we can end it on a strong note.
And it's the 28th lineup we've seen in just as many days. But Freddie Gonzalez talked earlier about how it's really about no matter what lineup you put out there, it's mixing and matching, and it's allowing guys to face guys they should be facing and be in positions to succeed. We'll see if they can put more runs up tonight and get this win over Philly.
Welcome back. It's time to play ball. First pitch of the night from Mike Foltynewicz is pumped in for a quick strike to Ben Revere. 80 degrees as the Braves meet the Phillies for the final time in this series. And a shot to short. Simmons scoops and fires to first in plenty of time, and that's how the ball game begins. Phillies start play tonight at 10 and 18. They've been outscored by a whopping 56 runs in their first 28 games so far this year. Ryan Sandberg's lineup has Freddie Galvis hitting second, Cody Ashe back in the lineup at third base, Howard's back in at first, Ruff in left, Herrera, Hernandez, Cameron Rupp behind the plate, and Jerome Williams on the mound. That's their Academy Sports and Outdoors starting nine. Tommy, you're going to see a lot of that tonight from Foltynewicz.
I love it. Fastballs, pound the zone. Why not?
And pulled out of play quickly. 0-2 to Galvis. For much of this season, Galvis has batted 8th for the Phillies, but he's been hitting so well. Ryan Sandberg's moved him up in the lineup. He's batting second again tonight. Joe, there's one of those awkward swings we saw from Shelby Miller last night.
Yeah, it won't be the last one tonight. He started off, first pitch was 92. He's fired a 94. All of a sudden, there's 97.
And a hook. Wow. Galvis is disposed of. First strikeout for Foltynewicz. 2 up, 2 down.
Backdoor breaking ball or back foot breaking ball, I should say. After seeing 96, you cheat a little bit to get to a fastball, and you get that pitch, you got no chance.
This is Cody Ashe, the Phillies' third baseman, hitting .258.
See Foltynewicz's career minor league numbers: 108 starts, pretty good record, a lot of strikeouts.
If he throws that back foot slider to lefties like that all night, Philly's going to have another rough time of it.
Slapped foul on the left side of the diamond by Ashe. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Aside from getting called up to the big leagues and you're excited to be here, he had to be thrilled to get here and get out of Gwinnett and hope that maybe he might get a run scored while he was on the mound.
Well, he helped himself, as we showed you. I mean, here you go, boys. It's not that tough, right?
Yeah, I mean, he might not have been able to do that in Gwinnett because they DH down there a lot. So, had 1 run scored for him while he was on the mound in Gwinnett. That's tough to win any games that way.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Ashe, and that's upstairs. I think it's safe to say, guys, he had an adventurous first inning in his first start as a Brave.
He admitted to some jitters. Nothing wrong with that.
And he just blew away Ashe with a 95-mile-an-hour Leonard high fastball. 12 pitches for Foltynewicz and a scoreless top of the first. Lineup features Nick Markakis leading off. Freeman bats third. Kelly Johnson's the cleanup man. He's the team leader in RBIs with 17. Diaspo's in third. Christian Bethancourt gets a start with Peterson, Maven, and of course the Braves pitcher batting ninth.
We'll face Jerome Williams, making his 6th start on the year, 2-1. And it's 10 seasons. See there, 50 and a 55 record. So he's been around a little while. He's had some success, and he's been pretty good lately. His last 11 starts, he's 5-3 with a 3.7. So he's been pitching pretty good lately.
And pitched well against the Braves up in Philly. So let's see if the Braves can turn that around on their home turf tonight. Nick Markakis looking outside of ball 1. And Bellino's got the plate tonight. That one good enough for a call and strike. It's an even count. And now 1-2.
Low 90s fastball for Jerome Williams. Throws a lot of cutters. And has a changeup and a curve. When do you think cutter evolved? When did that show up?
Mid-90s, somewhere in there.
That early?
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Was it kind of discovered by accident? Somebody's slider wasn't quite.
Maybe, I mean, obviously here Doggy had a nice cutter that he threw. So, and then Mariano, I think, obviously made it famous and kind of turned it into the pitch of the 2000s, much like the forkball seemed to be in the late 80s.
Right.
It's a great pitch if you can throw it right.
Fly ball pretty well hit toward left. And Darren Ruff is going to get there, and in the sunshine makes the grab. And Markakis is out number 1. Here's a look at the Phillies defensive lineup. Ruff is in left, Herrera's in center, Ben Revere is in right. Howard and Ashe on the corners, Galvis and Cesar Hernandez up the middle. Cameron Rupp behind the plate. No Chase Utley again. He's been given, as Joe said last night, a mental break to try to get back on track. Chase Utley barely above 100 with the batting average. Here's Andrelton, and inside the Brave shortstop, 1 ball, no strikes. That's well hit toward left center field. Rupp on the run. Herrera on the run. It's out of here. A solo home run for Andrelton Simmons.
Got a great extension on it.
Yep, fastball out over the plate, extended those hands, drove it a long way.
Both of his homers have come against the Phillies. David Buchanan, now Jerome Williams. And the Braves have struck first in the first. Freddie Freeman bats. Shift on for him. And the Braves first baseman looks low. High in the air toward left. Ruff is near the line, and he's got it for the second out. Early runs, Tommy, are always appreciated, aren't they?
Oh, yes, they are. Nothing like going back out there, or going out there that first inning, shutting them down, and then going back out with your second inning, and you got a little bit of room to breathe.
Here's your team RBI leader, Kelly Johnson, up to 17 of them. And 6 homers. Ball too low.
Kelly's getting into some good fastball counts. And then when he gets the fastball, he's not missing it.
He's had a great homestand. Just took a change for a called strike, 2-2. Toward first, and Ryan Howard's got it. He'll step on the pillow, and that will retire the side. Andrelton Simmons with a solo homer to left center. And after 1 inning, the Braves are leading the Phillies. It's a 1-0 game. Complete game shutout. Oh, and fastballs past the Phillies. He's the T-Mobile game changer as Atlanta romped and evened up the series. First Braves starter to complete more than 7 innings this season. And Shelby, it only took you 99 pitches. Are you even tired today?
Oh yeah, you're always a little run down after every start. You know, no matter how many pitches you throw. But no, I feel good. You know, you're stop. You know, but yeah, no, I feel great. No soreness, no nothing. Just any other day.
Shelby, this is Joe. I was thrilled to see you do it in less than 100 pitches, and I think when you have.
Revere cracks that one towards center. Maven on the run, still going on the warning track. That's off the base of the fence. And Revere has a stand-up double to start the Phillies' third.
When you strike out 8 batters, that's kind of hard to do, to keep it under 100 pitches, and you did it by 1. So nice going.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It's always
Who's down there giving you trouble?
Julio and Woody and Stolze, everybody. No, I mean, it's it feels good, especially with the bullpen needing some help. They've been used a lot. It's all about going out and try to be as efficient as possible, no matter how many strikeouts you get or whatever the case, whether it's 20 or whether it's 3. It's all about trying to go deep into the games as a starter, and that's all we're trying to do here with the starting 5 we got. And obviously games like last night are nice to help the bullpen out. So that's the main thing for me.
Shelby, it's Tom. Tell me, you had an opportunity last year, obviously, the Cardinals. You had spent some time around a guy like Adam Wainwright. What did spending time with a guy like that, being around him, what sorts of things that he did or you guys talked about that rubbed off on you that you're trying to continue to do as you're over here in Atlanta?
Well, Waino is a guy who's, is the leader of the staff, been around for, a while, and just a guy who knows how to pitch. A guy with, great personality on and off the field, just a leader in the clubhouse and off the field as well, and somebody where you can just go to with anything, baseball related or whatever. He's there to help, and that's
Base hits a right by Galvis. That gets away from Markakis for a moment, and the runner at third's going to hold.
That's nice.
Wow. There's a break.
Thank you.
But he's just that veteran pitcher that every team wants to have. And I learned a lot of things from him. Pitching and the mental side of the game, and just preparation going into starts and all the little things. He's been there to help, and he was great. I loved every minute I played with him. I think he's a huge influence on a lot of guys' careers, and hopefully we. Hopefully we can bring some things over there that I learned. I mean, obviously we got Julio as the ace over here who's doing a heck of a job, so learning things from him as well. So it's just it's a game of learning and a game of figuring out ways to get better.
First time with a new organization. You obviously were traded from the Cardinals to the Braves, but you didn't enter this totally blind. Your teammate A.J. Brzezinski came over as well from St. Louis. What has that meant for you, having someone that knows you and as well, working in tandem on the mound?
Yeah. A.J.'s he's been around the game for 15 years. I mean, he's a guy you automatically trust just because of the time he's been around the game and the leadership and dedication he has to just being the best player he can be. I mean, he's a guy with great leadership. We have a lot of guys in here that in this clubhouse who have a lot of great personalities. A lot of guys that have been around who help younger guys. It's a great mixture, great chemistry in the clubhouse, which is great. But AJ is one of those guys who brings a lot of a lot of character and a lot of great things to this ball club. So he's been a huge help. Not only for myself but a lot of guys around here.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Cody Ashe. Phillies have runners at the corners, nobody out. The Braves protecting up. 1-0 lead. Shelby Miller, winning pitcher last night, his 4th victory of the year for the Braves.
Struck out in the double play.
I like it.
And that's outside for a full count. Ryan Howard waits on deck. Shelby, do you see a younger version of yourself in Mike Fultonevich?
Yeah, I mean he's got tremendous talent. Has such a live arm. Throws the heck out of the ball. He's got a plus breaker too. It's just all about. He reminds me a lot of myself.
Oh boy, there's a strikeout. Big out. Number 5.
Yeah, he's obviously he's got some things that he's got to work on and get better at. And I mean that's with all of us. I mean we all got room that we need to improve in some aspect of the game, but he's so exciting to watch. He's a guy who throws so hard and blows fastballs by guys like he just did. So it's a lot of fun and a lot of pretty cool to have a guy like that on your team.
I was say you power guys have to really admire each other's ability to do that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean I don't have what he has, but I mean he's throwing 98, so he's he's obviously he gets it up there, but anyways, like I said, he's fun to watch. I mean, he's got pure stuff. It's all about it's all about just putting it all together, you know.
1 ball, no strikes for Ryan Howard.
That's what you need right there, too.
Shallow fly. Can anybody catch up to it? There's the opportunity. Ball drops in foul ground. That's a foul ball. Kelly Johnson couldn't make the play. Long, loud strike.
Tell you what, in Kelly's defense there, you get so used to Andrelton catching everything on all corners of the ballpark that sometimes you might have hear some footsteps because you know he's going to be somewhere in the area.
I was just going to say that. I think the fact that Andrelton gets to so many balls and has so much range, I think Kelly was just kind of in the corner of his eye looking for, or where is he?
Must be fun pitching in front of that guy, Shelby, huh? Andrelton?
Oh my goodness, by far the best. I mean, he's I mean, I can't. He leaves me speechless. He makes every play, and if he don't make a diving play up the middle, he's mad at himself because he thinks he should make every single play, which he almost does. I mean, it's unbelievable. I've never seen somebody with so much range and just good arm. And he just knows baseball. He knows how to play shortstop. You know, he's the best in the game to me.
Shelby, you mentioned personality a minute ago. When you come to a new ball club, obviously you're trying to fit in. You're trying not to draw too much attention to yourself. But in a big trade like the Braves made, bringing you over here, have you had time now to kind of let your personality come out? I know we saw some video of you taking some stuff in the clubhouse of Eddie's birthday the other day. I know that had to be fun.
Yeah. No. I mean, from the get-go, it was easy. I mean, the guys here were so welcoming. I kicked it off with everybody right away. But I think the help was we had a lot of new faces as well. It wasn't just me, which probably made it a little easier coming in. But I think what we have is pretty cool and special. I mean, it's a complete new team almost, but you still have the solid base that they had from years before, and it's just it's a lot of fun. That's huge right there.
Freeman makes the out at first. Now a rundown between first and second. The run's going to score.
Anyway, get the ball in the athlete's hand.
The run will count. It is a double play, but the ground ball to first handcuffed Freddie Freeman, and that's all he could do. So Fultonevich escapes allowing just 1 run. Shelby, we appreciate your time, man. Congrats on the big win. We'll do this again, all right?
Yeah, sorry about such a bad interview.
No, you did great. You did great. That's what the ball sounded like off Andrelton Simmons' bat earlier tonight.
It was louder than that.
But it was hammered.
How in the world did that fan miss that fly ball, by the way? Did you see that? It was right to him.
I don't know, but probably the first one out there telling the left fielder he stinks, too.
Yeah, right. Wow. Easy fly ball, and he dropped it. So here we go. Andrelton Simmons leads off fourth. Williams is set down 8 straight men. 1 run, 1 hit. That's all he's allowed. 2 strikeouts. Ball 2. Braves are off tomorrow. Travel day to Washington. We'll open up a series this coming Friday with the Nationals. Washington beat Miami today in big fashion. 7-5 was the score, and it sounds like Bryce Harper is heating up.
A big game today.
Go to the Nationals. I think they've won 7 out of 9.
Well, we said, see what that comeback win here will do for them, and certainly seems to have given them a spark.
Yep.
Eric Stoltz and Gio Gonzalez will match up in the series opener Friday night. 7:05 first pitch. And now Simmons, another drive left center field. Herrera on the run, won't get it. It short hops the wall. And Simmons will stop at second. He's got both Braves hits, and they were both rocket shots.
Thought that fan was going to get another chance to redeem himself. Almost exactly the same location, and another fastball. Isn't it funny how hitters know They know when they've hit it out, and they know when they have it. And boy, he was tearing out of the box knowing it was not going to leave the yard.
An RBI chance for Freddie Freeman. He's 6 for his last 13.
That runner at second opportunity again for the Braves.
Ball, no strikes. And foul back. At the start of this series, the Braves were hitting .439 with a runner at second base this year. And it struck out just 6 times in 57 opportunities with a man in scoring position, specifically at second base.
And that was leading all of baseball in that stat. They've got a shift on for Freddie, but with a runner at second base, they can't do what they normally do. They back their second baseman up out into shallow right field, but they've got to keep the runner at second honest, and they've got to keep the guy at third base over there in case he breaks for third.
Watching Freddie very carefully here. 3 balls and a strike. How about that pitch? 3-1.
Beauty. Good changeup.
Well, see if the old, if you throw it 3-1, you got to throw it 3-2 theory comes into play here.
Little pop down the left field line. That might be trouble. It is trouble. It's going to score Simmons. Freddie Freeman with a thing of beauty down the left field line. Breaks the tie. He doubles. And it's a 2-1 Braves lead.
They don't judge him on style points. It's just whether or not they drop in and how much damage they incur.
It's a line drive in the box score tomorrow.
It's funny, Freddie has 4 career hits off of Jerome Williams, and they're all doubles.
So Atlanta leads again. Let's see if Kelly Johnson can add to the Atlanta advantage. He's knocked in 15 runs in his last 11 games. That's why he's hitting 4th.
He got jammed with a cutter his first time up and roll one to the right side. He'd probably settle for that right now just to get Freddie over to third base.
He tried to pull it and bounces the Braves dugout into the stands.
Well, that was Gumby, didn't it?
Gumby, all right down there?
Okay, buddy.
Braves added to their run scoring total with runners at second base. That is the current average up to the minute. Back-to-back doubles here in the 4th. 3 Atlanta hits, all of them for extra bases so far. left field line foul. It's 2-2.
Doing his best to try to keep Kelly from pulling the ball with that pitch, and it was a good one.
Ryan Sandberg and Larry Boa from the Phillies dugout. Another foul ball. Mentioned Washington beat the Marlins 7-5. Bryce Harper 3 homers today, 2 of them into the upper deck at Nationals Park. Doubleheader in Colorado. Arizona beat the Rockies 13-7 in game 1. Arizona leads 1-0 in game 2 at Coors Field.
That wasn't the cutter. That was, I think, a slider. But unless you think you can strike him out with the cutter, you're actually playing into Kelly's hands if you keep throwing it to him. That was a changeup. That wasn't a bad idea. But again, even on a changeup, if he makes contact, he's going to roll it over to the right side and get that runner over.
Exactly. Strike 3 called inside corner. Big pitch for Mr. Williams. His 3rd strikeout.
That was right in Kelly's wheelhouse too. Down and in.
And I think after that last changeup, he was looking off speed again and doubled up on location, but came back in there with a fastball.
Roberto Callaspo flied out his first time. And takes a changeup for a strike.
He's gone to 3-ball counts on 3 of the last 4 hitters, piling up on his pitch count, even going back to Markakis.
Little flare into shallow left center field. That's going to drop. Here comes Freeman to third base. He'll stop as Herrera got to it quickly. And Callaspo just dumped one into shallow left center field for the 3rd hit of the inning. 1st and 3rd, 1 out.
Again, they're not real pretty, the last 2 doubles, or the last 2 hits, but they're effective. Williams' last start, and he did beat the Braves back on April 26th. They pitched into the 7th inning, won that game 4-3. His last start came against Miami in Miami. No decision. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. It's certainly not like he's getting blown out of any games, and his ERA over the last 14 starts with Philadelphia at 3.24 kind of bears that out.
And it's got to be tough pitching for a team as offensively challenged as the Phillies are, Tom. As we said, they've been outscored by 56 runs this year. It's like starting the game -2 in the run column.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you know, most of the time, I think as a starting pitcher, you take them on and you figure, well, if I hold them to 3 runs or less, I got a really good chance to win the ball game. Not with these guys. I think that number's got to be 2, and in some cases even less than that in your mind, and it forces you in situations like this maybe to gamble a little bit more than you might this early in the game.
Bouncing ball up the middle. Galvis fumbles, got it to the bag, and then got Bethencourt. A double play will end the Atlanta inning. 3 hits, 2 runs, a pair of doubles, and Williams got a ground out when he needed it most. He limits the damage to a 2nd run. Head now to the 5th inning. Great night in Atlanta. The Braves are back in front as we head to the 5th inning. Nice long rest for Mike Foltynewicz. He has struck out 7 men in his first 4 innings. His 2nd start as a Brave. And he's got the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for the Phillies. And he's off to a good start with Cameron Rupp.
Your team got you to lead back. You want that shutdown inning, and it's a good part of the order to make that happen.
In the air down the right field line. That's slicing toward the seats. No chance for Markakis. It's 0-2.
We saw Herrera call time last inning because Mike was working quickly. Do you agree with me, Tom, that it seems like it's power guys that work faster than others?
Yeah, I think so, because, I mean, no disrespect, there's probably a little less thought process. You know?
Yeah,
they're not,
right.
okay, what pitch do I want to throw? I'm sure most of the time they're getting on the mound in attack mode with their fastball and then going from there.
Good point.
Rupp's been right on 2 of them in this at bat. Both fouled straight back at 96 miles an hour.
Especially a guy that throws this hard. If you're Bethancourt and he's looking in, you want to be ready because he likes being in a rhythm.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is have a guy that likes to get the ball and go, and you as the catcher are the one that's slowing him down. You know, it's one thing you got to deal with it if the opposing hitters are trying to slow you down a little bit, but you don't want your catcher doing it.
Another good pitch though with the slider there. He's really locating that pitch well tonight.
Headed for the upper deck to the right side again. Do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rupp, Williams, and Revere for the Phillies, who trail by a run. Simmons has scored both Atlanta tallies so far tonight. And he popped him up. Something off speed at 72 miles an hour. And there's out number 1.
It works, but you can see where Christian wanted that ball. He wanted it in the dirt. Got the out. Didn't matter. Not exactly where Christian wanted it.
Yeah, it was a little bit more of the plate, but I think that's where the change of speed got him. Certainly not the location.
I agree.
Jerome Williams takes a strike. He popped up. The bases loaded for the Phillies in the second inning. That came with 2 outs. This one's tapped to first. Freeman will take it to the bag. There's out number 2. I mean, he is working at warp speed.
Well, I can tell you as a defender, nothing better than working behind a pitcher who works fast. Talk about nothing much to think about when you're playing defense and all you're thinking about is that here comes another pitch. Makes things a little easier, keeps you sharper.
Yeah, work fast, throw strikes, keep everybody involved.
Ben Revere doubled in the 3rd inning. Took 3rd on a Galvis single. Momentary bobble by Nick Markakis in right field. Pete McCannon held Revere at 3rd base. And Ryan Howard's hard hit ground ball to first brought home Ben Revere in a rundown of Freddie Galvis into the inning. 0-2. Backed him up.
It's a good pitch. I like that. Now you can go back door or that back foot. You could go hard down and away.
That's right where Christian wanted that pitch delivered. Right before he gave a signal, you saw him tap the ground with the glove.
It's funny though, for some reason I think that when he throws that pitch and it's over the plate and down, guys tend to take it more when it's at their back foot. They swing and miss it.
In the air toward right center field. Maben slides and can't come up with it. Markakis backs up the play and Revere's in safely with a 2-out double.
Gosh, I thought he got there.
I did too. He did. Overran it a little bit.
He did. It was off the heel of the glove.
So Ben Revere's had a terrific road trip for the Phillies. A pair of doubles tonight. And he represents the tying run.
Dating back to last year when Mike was with the Astros, Revere now with 2 doubles and a triple off of him.
Three straight out of the zone. And ball 4. 2 on 2 out. Second walk. And the first for Galvez tonight. That'll bring up Cody Ashe. He's been struck out swinging twice.
Talked last night after an error about how sometimes pitchers have to work real hard after that error to get out of the inning if there were 2 outs. And last night Shelby Miller only had to throw 1 pitch to get out of his inning. That was a ball in center field that looked like it should have been caught, which would have gotten him out of the inning. And now all of a sudden Fultonevich is having to work hard.
Yeah, and that's a good job by Christian going out there and slowing him down a little bit, because as much as you want guys working fast, a lot of times what happens is, you know, you get in a situation here, you got a tying run at second, the game starts to speed up in your head a little bit. Now you get to going too fast, and a lot of times you just need to slow down a little bit. So it was a good job by Christian going out there and slowing him down a little.
Ashe, ground ball to Freeman at first. He'll be out of the inning. Phillies strand a pair, and Atlanta preserves the lead. Peterson, Maben, and Fultonevich coming up. The ball game at the 10.
2-1, and after a great outing for Shelby Miller last night, a complete game shutout, Johnny Gomes talked about how starting pitching completely sets the tone for the night. He said the way we were able to run the bases, play great defense, situational hitting, behind starting pitching like that, he said it truly does set the tone, and it's no coincidence. But you can't win a 0-0 game, guys, as Johnny Gomes said. He said it makes it easy when the offense is able to come out with an early lead like they did last night and tonight.
First inning run for Atlanta on a Simmons homer. Fourth inning run on a Freeman RBI double. And we talked about this, guys, in the pregame show. If there has been a surprise for the Braves of the first 27-28 games, it has been that the offense has been as productive, and that the starting pitching has, in many cases, struggled as badly as it has at times.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we all came in thinking, or at least I did, and I don't want to speak for you guys, but I thought, you know, as much naysaying as there was surrounding this team coming into the season, I felt like
right back where it came from. Did that get a piece of Williams on the way by?
No, but it got his attention.
Yes, it did. His heart rate's pretty high right now. Wow. But, you know, I felt like their starting pitching was going to be enough to keep them competitive on a nightly basis, and the hitting was going to, you know, they were going to have to play the style of ball we've talked about. Small ball, hit occasional home runs, but really scrape and claw to score 3 or 4 runs a night. And I still think that's going to be the case. But, yeah, I think you would have to feel like the roles have been flip-flopped a little bit. The offenses have been a little bit more productive on a consistent basis than we thought, and the pitching maybe not quite so much.
Cameron Maben's the batter. He bounced out to short his first time up.
After the trade of Kimbrel, I think most of us took a wait-and-see outlook on the bullpen. You know, how's it going to set up? Who's going to fill the roles? Who's going to be the closer? So those question marks were pretty natural, because you just didn't know. The starting pitching, like you said, Tom, I thought was pretty solid. Even with Mike Minor being on the DL, first 3 guys, I thought on any given night, all 3 of those guys give you consistently a chance to win.
Absolutely.
The offense, even I remember talking to Chris Johnson about this before the season started, that he said, you know, we don't have a whole lot of power on any given night where we score 3 runs or maybe even 4. We've really got to hang on to that lead. If we get the lead late in the ball game, our bullpen has really got to come in and do a job, because I don't know how many times we're going to have a lead late in the game with a ton of runs. So that has been a very pleasant surprise, the offense.
1 ball, no strikes for Maben. Runner goes, pitch line into right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Peterson will cruise into third base. Hit and run executed perfectly. And the Braves are in business. Men at the corners and nobody out. Love it.
Me too. And Cameron continues to have a good homestand. That's 8 for his last 17 with a homer. And if you're Jace Peterson and you take a peek at the ball coming off the bat, if the ball's caught in right field, you're a dead duck anyway. So keep running, and he did.
So now a world of options for Fultonevich here. Fast runner at third, fast runner at first, and there's nobody out.
Still probably bunting.
Wow, if he can, here's that one where you can bunt it down the third base line and make that third baseman come in. That runner follows him.
Yeah, just keep
going with him. You know, you make him. A lot of times that guy can walk home from third, or you make that guy hold on to it because he doesn't want to make a throw, and the pitcher ends up being saved at first.
That's the old Chuck Tanner play.
Yep.
Ran that all the time. He managed the Braves. Runner at first goes. Pitch is low and inside. No chance for Rupp. And Cameron Maben steals his third base of the season. And now 2 are in scoring position with nobody out.
That may have been a missed sign. I'm not sure who, but maybe by Cameron, because Fultonevich squared around so early. Worked out just fine. Now swing the bat. Show him what an athlete you are.
Exactly.
Now you're doing that stuff. 1 ball, no strikes. Fly ball pretty well hit to right. Revere settles under. He's got it. Runners tag. One's going to score. Throw to third's late. Fultonevich has his 3rd RBI. Anyway, Mike.
He's going to have some hitters feeling a little guilty.
Well, hey, again, just an example of having an opportunity to handle the bat a little bit, help yourself out, and doing it. I mean, that's, like I said, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but the more you show your manager you can do those things, you get into 5th or 6th inning in games that are tight, he's going to leave you in there.
The infield in for Nick Markakis.
Get that run in. One of the situations we've harped on and talked about since day one.
Braves are .316 hitting team with runners in scoring position.
They were last in sac flies last year, and as a result, not very good in this situation.
Line drive into center field on an 0-2 pitch. Markakis brings home Maben. It's 4-1.
That was a changeup. Remember the good one he threw Freddie on a 3-1 count that Freeman missed. Nick didn't miss it. Actually, a slow breaking ball. Good piece of hitting by Nick. Way to go.
So 2 runs on 3 singles and a stolen base. Sacrifice fly as well. This is the point you were talking about a moment ago.
Well, and this, I love it because, you know, so much of the criticism of last year's team that fell mostly on Freddie's shoulders was, why aren't they doing these things? Why aren't they doing hit and runs more? Why aren't they stealing more? Why aren't they wiring? Well, you don't have the personnel to do it. You can't do it, you know. And the last thing you're going to do as a manager is start having guys trying to hit and run when you're swinging and missing so much, and you got guys on the base paths that can't run. This team is set up that way, and you're seeing a lot more of it, and it's been a lot more successful.
Exactly right.
And I guarantee you, this is a much more fun way for Freddie to manage than the way he had to manage this team last year and the year before, when you're sitting back waiting for home runs and watching a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, the home runs are great when they're coming, but when they weren't, right, it was watching paint dry.
And I've said it too. Look, regardless of what their record is this year, I would much rather watch this style of baseball night in and night out than watching a 3-run home run and 15 strikeouts.
1-0 pitch to Simmons, who's had a good night, and it continues with another base hit. Anderson's 3 for 3. Boy, he's settled in beautifully in that 2 spot in the batting order.
Made a nice swing on this ball too. Looked like it was running in on him. Got his hands inside the baseball, didn't overswing.
Well, you were talking the other night about how much work he's been doing and how happy they are with what he's doing. I think sometimes we forget how young he is because he's so good defensively that you think he's been around forever. You forget he really hasn't been playing the game all that long.
So that's the end of the line for Jerome Williams. The Braves chase him with a couple of runs and 4 hits in the 5th inning. It's a 4-1 Braves game. That's Jake Diekman. He'll take over for Williams here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Pitched here a couple of nights ago, gave up a hit and a walk. Also had a strikeout, was throwing 97. Great arm. Still trying to figure out where it's going.
Freeman and Kelly Johnson, a couple of left-handed bats coming up for the Braves. That's why Ryan Sandberg went to the lefty here in the 5th inning. 2 runs on 4 hits across in a 4-1 Braves game. And upstairs, ball 1. You look at the Phillies overall team relief ERA and say, wow, they're pitching pretty well in relief this year. They've got a 3.02 staff relief earned run average. But guys, I think if you go inside the numbers a little more deeply, you would say that this is a real concern for Ryan Sandberg.
Well, the key to their bullpen being successful is they have the lead, and they can get Papelbon in there and, you know, kind of get away from these middle inning guys. You see right there their ranks in terms of walks, and they're worst across the board. So, you know, that's the last thing you want is your guys in a bullpen coming in and walking the world.
I had to ask about that walks and the percentage of hitters they faced, and it means that basically 13% of the hitters they're facing, they're walking. That's a huge number.
Yeah, just to put that in perspective, I asked the same question too. Houston, they're the best, and they're 5%. So there's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, almost 3 times as many.
And right now, their ace of their staff would be Aaron Harang. He's pitched better than anybody else in rotation for the Phillies. Cole Hamels is 1-3 this year, and ERA over 4. And they need him to pitch like the #1 top of the rotation guy in tandem with Harang to take some of that pressure off the middle relief corps. Hasn't happened. 2-0 pitch. 2-1 for the Braves first baseman. Two in, 2 on, 1 out. And Freddie didn't get it. 96 miles an hour.
This guy somehow gets it channeled into the right spots, he's going to be something else.
Up a nice stop, full count. Ripped down the right field line. Fair ball. Markakis scores. Simmons getting the green light around third. He's going to come home and score without a throw. Big night for Freddie Freeman. A pair of doubles. And the Braves have broken it open.
Goodness. You know what's so awesome about that is that the pitch before that he had chased away, and Freddie didn't want to have that happen again, so you know that's in his head that he's going to work me away again. And they bust him in, and he still turned on it with authority. Amazing.
Yeah, he's so quick in there. You're really flirting with danger. You're trying to get him out in there.
Guys, that was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball that he turned on from a left-handed relief pitcher.
He's just so quick in there. I mean, you almost, if you're going to go inside on him, it better be above to his hands, or it better be for a ball.
So Freeman doubles home Markakis and Simmons. The Braves have a 4-run fifth on 5 hits. Boltonevich now has a 5-run lead, getting plenty of rest with this long inning. Ground ball up the middle. Hernandez scoops and fires to first in time for the second out. Freeman to third, and Callaspo's coming up. Close the book on Jerome Williams. 6 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings. No walks, 3 strikeouts, and the Andrelton Simmons homer. Ball 1 to Callaspo. Freeman now tied with Kelly Johnson for the team RBI lead. He's got 17 as well. And 11 doubles. 2-0. Ball 3. So here we are again. Phillies bullpen in danger of issuing a walk. This one could come with 2 outs. And it does. A 4-pitch pass brings up Bethancourt, the 9th man to hit in the inning.
Jerome Williams did not walk a batter, but did give up some hits.
Christian has struck out, and he's hitting to a double play. 0 for 2.
A little overzealous on that first pitch double play he hit into last inning.
One ball, 1 strike. Outside, even count.
Diekman originally, when he first signed with the Phillies, was a starter. Pretty much moved to the bullpen in 2010 and hasn't made a start since.
And he just struck out Bethancourt to retire the side. 9 come to the plate, 4 score for the Braves. Big night for Freddie Freeman. A pair of doubles and 3 RBIs. When he's line to line, he is awfully tough.
Little drop in down the left field line, then a rocket down the right field line that was right on the chalk. Pulling more balls than anything else, but pretty good spray chart right there for Freddie Freeman.
And keep spreading it around like that, you make him hard to put a shift on.
Yeah.
So just what the doctor ordered for the man on the mound, Mike Foltynewicz. Got an early 1-0 lead. Saw the Phillies tied in the third, 1-1. Single run for the Braves in the fourth. 4 an inning ago. Now he has a 5-run cushion with Ryan Howard starting off the 6th inning. First pitch swing, fly ball deep center. Maben on the run. Warning track, wall, and that one is gone. Ryan Howard continues his barrage against the Braves. A first pitch solo homer, the 50th of his career against Atlanta.
If you're going to give up your first big league homer, that's probably a good time to do it.
Yep, I'm saying. So what? Solo homer, you're up 6-2.
Oh, good effort by Cameron.
And for the record, Joe, Mike looked to make sure that it went out before he asked for a new baseball this time.
That's good.
As Darren Ruff is the Phillies batter. And struck out and flat out tonight. So it's now a 6-2 game. Broken back. Iaspo's got the baseball and he's got his man at first. 1 out.
Foltynewicz is going to saw a lot of them off before he's done.
One out for Herrera. He has singled and struck out. Ball foul, strike 1. Foltynewicz gave up 3 runs, 6 hits in 5 innings against the Reds. He's gone 5 1/3 tonight. And that one deflects off his glove. Peterson there, throw to first, safe. Bang, bang play at first. Let's see if the Braves challenge this call at first base.
Freddie Freeman seemed to think that he got him. He might have. That looks so much like that play in Toronto.
It was ruled a hit and cost the Braves a run. So the Braves are going to challenge this call at first base. And again, the terminology is very simple. There has to be clear and convincing evidence to overturn the call on the field, which was safe and an infield hit for Herrera.
Funny thing is, the good camera work from high first shows when the foot hit the bag, but you can't tell exactly when the ball hit the glove. And from center field, you can see it go in the glove, and you can't see exactly when the foot hit the bag. Running hard, you could smell a hit.
And he is safe at first. Apparently not enough evidence to change the call. So the call will stand.
This is exactly like Toronto. One in Toronto cost the Braves a run.
It's a pair of infield hits for Herrera. And that will bring up Cesar Hernandez with one out. Low, 1 ball, no strikes.
Cody Martin loosening up in the Braves pen. No likelihood this is his last inning anyway. He's going to get up over 200 or over 100 pitches. They're pretty quick. So make some good pitches, get out of the inning, and save the bullpen another out or two. Savilan up now too.
Pitch number 99 coming up from Fultonevich. And he missed with it. 3 balls and a strike. Rupp waits on deck. Heaviest workload came in the second when the Phillies loaded the bases. Took a little off and dropped in a strike for a full count.
Throw it again.
3-2 pitch is up and away. Ball 4. Hernandez walks. And Fultonevich has issued his 3rd free pass, and that'll be the last pitch of the night. Freddy Gonzalez will go to his bullpen with Cameron Rupp coming up. So Fultonevich, 2nd start of the season. He's in line to pick up the victory. He also helped his cause with a sac fly and an RBI. Nice hand for the young right-hander who leaves with a 6-2 6th inning lead. Before we tell you about the new Braves pitcher, let's get to our AT&T U-verse trivia question tonight. Last night, Shelby Miller tossed a complete game shutout. Who was the last Braves right-handed pitcher to throw a complete game shutout?
I think Julio Teheran, didn't he do that?
He almost had a no-hitter against the Pirates. That would be a very good guess. Let's see if we can put our thinking caps together and come up with the correct answer as Cody Martin is on for the 14th time.
Like all of his bullpen mates, Cody's been stingy with inherited runners. He's inherited 6, only 1 has scored.
And the team has had 45 inherited runners and only 5 have come home in relief for Braves. Rupp has walked. He's popped out.
A double play candidate.
Braves have turned 31 of those this year. In fact, that 31 double plays turn leads all of Major League Baseball. Oh, 2 to Rupp. Cody's had a few days off, so he ought to be fresh. He last pitched May 3rd against the Reds. He went 2 innings in that game. 2 is skied out of play.
They should all feel pretty good down there after the night off last night. It's Shelby's complete game. One guy that I know really appreciated it was Alan Butts, bullpen catcher.
Yeah.
He said, man, I feel like I'm in mid-season already. He said, we've had to warm up so much. And he said, on any given night, he said, we count the pitches down there. And he said, It's not unusual for 100 pitches to be thrown in the bullpen on any given night. Last night, an easy one.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Now an even count. Just past 9 o'clock in Atlanta. Joe Simpson, Tom Glavine, Christina Fitzpatrick, Chip Carey with you from Turner Field. Braves trying to win the series from the Phillies. Mike Foltynewicz started. Stick to a 6-2 lead. Phillies are batting in the top of the 6th. 2 on, 1 out. Driven out of play.
Time for him to roll over a breaking ball to short.
Maybe on this one.
Well, they're pounding him with fastballs. They must feel good about their chances with that.
Breaking ball popped him up, and that'll be an infield fly. Rupp's automatically out. 2 down. He's been off stride a couple of times in the game tonight. And now the Phillies will go to their bench and hit for Diekman.
Jeff Francoeur. Interesting. Grady Sizemore was out. This is where a manager probably has to make that decision. Okay, do I want Sizemore facing a left-handed pitcher if Avilan's brought in, or do I like my chances with Francoeur against this right-hander? And his decision is this.
Jeff had a terrific game in the opener of the series, had 4 hits. This is his 4th pinch hit appearance of the season. He's 1 for 3 for the Phillies.
4-hit game raised his average up from 169 to 214. But was not in the lineup last night or tonight, oddly enough.
Nonetheless, very happy homecoming for Jeff here in Atlanta. Hope you enjoyed his chat with Christina earlier in the series about how much easier it is for him to come back to play in his hometown again. Certainly the on-field performance was great for Jeff, but a big day coming for he and his family tomorrow. First the 0-1 pitch. And his wife Katie expecting their 2nd child, and they find out boy or girl tomorrow.
Tommy Joe would be a good name.
Yeah, either way I hope they look like Katie. Not Jeff. Just saying.
We can only hope.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out. Line drive into center field, a base hit. Herrera's around third. He's going to come home to score. Throw back to second is close but late. Jeff Francoeur with a pinch hit RBI. It's now a 6-3 game. What a return to Atlanta for Jeff Francoeur. 5 hits in the series.
Well, it's been a break for the Braves that he hadn't played the last 2 nights, given what we've seen.
Well, Ryan, you asked Ryan Sandberg and said he gave him a hot bat off the bench.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he was right.
So Freddie Gonzalez is on his way out. We're going to have a double switch. Looks like Johnny Gomes is going to come in and play the outfield. And Luis Avilan is going to come on to face Ben Revere. Callaspo also headed to the Atlanta bench. Might see Kelly Johnson stay in the game to play third base. We'll see if that indeed is the case. So Cody Martin faces 2 hitters, retires 1 of them, and the Phillies edge closer. It's a 6-3 score. Johnny Gomes does check into play left field. Kelly Johnson moves from left to third base. So no glove for Kelly. That's why he came trotting in from the outfield. And let's see if Luis Avilan can take care of Ben Revere. Pair of doubles and a run scored for the Phillies leadoff man. It's a little too tight right now. 6-3. And bounced off the plate. Strike one.
Luis Avilan has inherited 9 runners. None have scored.
He pitched here Friday night. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Pinch hit single for Jeff Francoeur, who stands at first. Hernandez at second. Swing and a miss. And Revere is quickly behind 0-2.
Good fastball. Yeah, good movement too.
Line drive into right field. That's in for a hit. Hernandez around third. He's going to score. Francoeur on his way to third. It's a double for Ben Revere. 3 two-base hits for Ben Revere tonight. And Hernandez's run closes the book on Mike Foltynewicz.
Well, a big hanger. Wasn't so much that it was right in the middle of the plate, but boy, it just took forever to get to the plate. Gave him a chance to adjust to it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a huge fan of that big slow curveball for a strike with 2 strikes on a hitter. Now he may not have been trying to throw it for a strike, but I think for that reason it gives the hitter a chance to just kind of stay a little bit longer and throw the hands and try to get a piece of it.
Now Freddie Galvis bats. He singled, walked, and struck out. Galvis a switch hitter, and this is his best side. He's 9 for 16 as a right-hand hitter, a .563 average. A fly out of play, 0-2.
The Braves made another roster move today. That bus between Gwinnett and Atlanta's going to need some new tires. Williams Perez was called up and Donnie Veal was sent down, so Avilan right now the only lefty in the bullpen.
And when Williams Perez pitches, he'll be the 6th rookie to pitch out of the bullpen this year for Atlanta. 5 have already debuted. So 2 strikes to Galvis. 2 on, 2 out. Big inning for the Phillies. And a little tapper. Bethancourt pounces and throws to first in time, and that retires the side. The Phillies score 3 runs. It started with a Ryan Howard homer, and they've pulled to within a pair of runs. It's 6-4 in the 6th. As we head to the Braves half of the 6th inning, new pitcher on for the Phillies.
Jeanmar Gomez in his 11th game.
Nowhere close for Jace Peterson. 2 balls, no strikes. Another good game for the Braves second baseman. Jace Peterson has singled, scored, and flied out. He's got to get some more offense working. They're up 2, 6-4 game. Ball 3.
Gomez fastball, slider change, fastball in the low 90s. Did not like that call. Phillies desperately need a shutdown inning from their bullpen here.
That went in for a strike.
Jace Peterson got that last rally started in the 5th with a line drive that almost hit Jerome Williams. I don't know how it missed him.
Fly foul off the bat of Peterson.
Here's that line shot last inning. My goodness, between his face and his glove.
Yeah, that's, like I said, that'll get your heart rate going, but just thankful it didn't hit you.
So from 3-0 to 3-2 from Jeanmar Gomez. And he lost him. So the Phillies bullpen guys up to their tricks. Another walk. Right after they scored 3 to get back in the game. Braves are back at work with the leadoff man aboard.
Manager can only pick from whatever crop he's got down there. He can't throw it for him.
No, I mean, you'd almost rather see the guy go out there and give up a solo home run than to walk a guy after you just got back into the game.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, man.
I mean, Ryan Sandberg's done a great job managing this game tonight. Pull the right button with Jeff Francoeur. You understand the Diekman move. You don't expect anybody to turn around a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in a lefty-lefty matchup, but Freddie Freeman just beat Diekman on that play.
You can play matchups, you can play by the book, you can do all the strategy you want, but if your guys don't go out there and throw enough strikes, then it's just you're rolling the dice every time you make a move.
Rhino hoping for better luck from Gomez, who's seen a lot of time in the major leagues. He's pitched in 120-odd games with Cleveland and the Pirates. Again, walks have always been an issue for him. And a leadoff pass to Peterson starts the Braves 6th. 1-1 for Maven. And launched into the seats foul. It's 0-2. Cameron's average slowly climbing. He's at 241 now. In 6 games, he's got 8 hits. Ball 1. The Mets are home in interleague play tonight. They're beating Baltimore again. It's 5-1 New York. Ubaldo Jimenez and Jacob deGrom were the starting pitchers at Citi Field this evening. That was tipped and it was caught. Rupp held on. And a sinking strikeout retires Maven here in the Braves 6th. 1 out.
I don't know whatever happened to Ubaldo Jimenez. We saw him throw a no-hitter here one night. He did walk a bunch of guys that night also, but so dominant while he was with the Rockies. If it's been arm trouble, he hasn't admitted to much of it.
He's apparently on the short end of that game in the 7th inning. As Johnny Gomes grabs a bat, he'll hit for the first time. Didn't get it. Strike 1. One more note from that Mets series. Bartolo Colon did something that's never been done before. He beat the Orioles for the 7th time and with the 7th different team.
That's amazing.
He's 5-1 now for the Mets. 0-1 for Gomes. Bouncing ball, beaten foul past the Phillies dugout. It's 0-2. This game had a nice crisp pace until about the 5th inning. And the brakes were slammed on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braves batted around in their half of the 5th. Phillies sent 8 to the plate in the top of the 6th. Runner goes. Pitch high. Rupp's throw is off target. Peterson's in safely with his 2nd stolen base. Rupp has been known for his ability to throw out base stealers in the minor leagues. Good strong throw, but off target at the 2nd base bag.
Just to the 3rd base side of the bag was all that Chase needed. That throws on the 1st base side, they may get the call.
Oh, a hit means a run if Johnny can provide one. Now we're set to go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bounced foul past 3rd.
Ashe's playing really close to the line too. Not much room there for Johnny to pull one by him.
Phillies have a stud 3rd base prospect named Michael Franco. They've been talking about for the last couple of years.
Got called up for a little bit last year, didn't he?
When he gets here and stays here, there's talk that Ashe might move to the outfield, left field in particular. 3-2 pitch popped up deep short. Galvis on the run. Look at his range, and he makes a fine grab to take care of Johnny Gomes.
That was going to drop in no man's land if Galvis doesn't run it down out in shallow left field. Never took his eyes off of it.
Johnny wishes he had that cut back. No such luck. Here's Markakis. He picked up a 2-strike hit. Drove in a run back in the 5th. He's got 7 RBIs. Another chat on the mound. Discuss strategy with Markakis. Simmons is on deck. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Well, therein lies the dilemma. You got a base open, a left-handed hitter, but do you pitch around him to get to the guy that's 3 for 3?
Quick meeting. And a quick turnaround. Traveled 8 tomorrow. Matt Coney's pumping the gas in the airplane.
Hey, by the way, Matt Coney, Vietnam vet. He's at the game tonight too. So we want to mention the fact that we appreciate all of Mac's service too while he was in Vietnam.
I saw him downstairs.
wasn't real happy with me today.
No,
I wasn't happy about the uncrustable comments and a couple of the other things.
you get over it.
We'll remind him tomorrow. 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Markakis. There's a strike to even the count. Come on, boys. It's not that hard. He's only got 4 fingers.
As your dad used to say, it's in the rules. He does have to throw it at some point.
Maybe if Rupp would put his signs down in Spanish, Gomez, who's from Venezuela, could understand what he wants him to throw.
May not be able to see his fingers no matter what language he's putting them down.
Strike over the outside corner. 1-2.
Well, Nick was behind 0-2 before he delivered an RBI single back in the 5th inning. Way back in the 5th inning.
Driven toward the gap in left center field. It's going to get down. Markakis comes through with another 2-strike hit. Where was Jace Peterson? He was standing at second base. And another run scoring hit as a result. And the Braves get a run back. It's now 7-4.
Good pitch, too. And hit it where it was delivered.
Yeah, 2 strikes, shorten up a little bit, hit it where it's pitched.
Two RBI night for Markakis. It's now 7-4, and here's the hottest hitter. Andrelton Simmons has a homer. He has a double. He has a single. He needs the triple to complete the cycle.
And again, I repeat, I've said so many times, if you hit a gap or hit one down the line, just keep running. You got a chance at it, keep running. Even if you're out 40 feet.
No balls, 2 strikes. So once again, a walk out of the Phillies bullpen cost them dearly. Jace Peterson drew it, stole second, and scored on a Markakis double to make it a 7-4 game. Ground ball poked to the right side, and Hernandez will make the play at first, and that'll retire the side. We're through 6. Atlanta adds to its lead. Big night for Nick Markakis. A pair of 2-strike run scoring hits.
Andrelton Simmons got Braves offense going tonight with a home run, second batter of the game, bottom of the 1st inning, and he hasn't stopped. 3 for 4, a double included. Freddie Freeman also with a big night. He's tied Kelly Johnson for the team lead in RBIs. And Fulte's in line for the win if the Braves can hang on.
Could have added one more there and put Markakis up there too.
Yep. 2 clutch hits his last 2 times up.
So Avalon out to start the 7th with Cody Ashe in the batter's box. He takes a strike. Something about the Braves pitching staff just doesn't sit well with this young man. .128 hitter lifetime for last night's game. He went 0 for 4 and he's 0 for 3 today. So Cody Ashe lifetime 12 hits and 101 at bats against the Braves.
So they've got a pretty good book on him. Probably had a little luck too.
Yeah, it's not good when you're playing 19 games a year against one another.
Ball, 2 strikes. And Ashe is down swinging again. That was nasty.
That was that old Johnny Venner sinker that he had a couple of years ago. Watch this go down and in.
Remember when Johnny Venters debuted with the Braves? It may have been against the Phillies.
I think it was.
And Brian McCann was catching, and Chase Utley was the first guy that Johnny had to face. And he threw one of those pitches right at Chase Utley's feet. And Utley missed it. And he turned around and looked at Brian McCann and said, "What the bleep was that?" Brian said, "Get ready, because you're going to see a few more of them." As Ryan Howard bats, first pitch homer last time up, his 50th lifetime against Atlanta. 50 homers, 140 RBIs in 161 games against the Atlanta Braves.
I think he's only 4 behind Johnny Bench now for the all-time high by an opponent.
And a sharp hit into right field. He beats the shift. So Ryan Howard with a 3-hit game. This is turning out perhaps for the Phillies to be the best case scenario for Ryan Howard. They got to pay him. They're going to play him. If you're going to do those two things, you hope he produces. And he has tonight.
Well, he's gotten his average up over 200. That's a move in the right direction. You know, we got that shot of Chase Utley as Brandon Kenneth begins to loosen up. He just got called back up a couple of days ago. But Laser Baker and I were talking about Chase Utley before the game started. Knew that he wasn't in the lineup, but how we hate not seeing him play. He's such a good player that it's disappointing when, you know, there might have been some fans come to the park to see him play tonight, and he's struggling so much they're giving him all these days off. But I miss watching him play.
Yeah, he plays the game the right way.
Yeah, he's a class act.
Yeah, you got to admire how he goes about it, because he does. He plays the game the right way, plays hard, and you know, you hate seeing anybody struggle.
Utley benched in this series for what Ryan Sandberg called a mental break. But baseball season's a grind. I can't imagine what it's like for a struggling player. 2-3 days. Does that make a world of difference for a player to sit back and just observe and get out of the routine? And it worked for Jeff Francoeur in this series.
Yeah, a couple of days, okay. I'll buy that. I don't know that 3 or 4 does you a whole lot of good.
The Phillies people were talking before the game. No one prepares as hard as Chase Utley. No one's in the cage more than Chase Utley. No one works harder than Chase Utley. Unfortunately, he squared up a lot of balls on this road trip that haven't fallen for him, which adds to the frustration.
Well, he's probably about to go on a tear, and it's good that they're leaving town.
They'll face the Mets, the Pirates, and the Diamondbacks at home. That's where the Phillies head after the game today.
Braves don't see the Phillies again until back here at Turner Field over the July 4th holiday.
Ryan Howard, no threat to steal at first base, and a laser beam hit to Simmons at short. He thought about firing back to first or maybe playing that on a short hop, but he caught it. And there's the second out.
Couldn't get his feet under it. He might have thrown it to first if he'd have gotten his feet under
He didn't have a chance to move much. The ball was hit hard.
So 2 outs. Odubel Herrera, the batter, a couple of infield hits and a run scored tonight. 20 hits combined in tonight's game, 10 for each club. Braves lead where it counts, 7-4. First even count. We're off to Washington tomorrow. Open up a series with the Nationals over the weekend. Eric Stoltz and Gio Gonzalez will pitch on Friday night. Saturday afternoon, Julio Teheran and Doug Fister. Sunday, Alex Wood and Jordan Zimmerman. The Braves will make their way to Cincinnati for a series, then down to Miami.
Braves have not seen many left-handed starters. Only 3 all year, and they're 2-1.
Swing. 2 balls and a strike.
What about the pitch? You didn't see Bank pitch track says there's a strike anyway.
Letter high and an even count. Lots of 3-ball counts after the 3rd inning. Both Williams and Fulton Everett were cruising along.
Well, this guy is trying to test these umpires with his deliberate work in the batter's box. And then he asks for time to get set, like some 5 or 6 or 7 year veteran.
Swing and a miss. A breaking ball got him. He tried to hit it to Amarillo. And Avalon has his second strikeout. Braves maintain a 7-4 lead the game. Big night for Andrelton Simmons.
I'll say let the Braves offense going in the 1st inning with that home run, his 2nd of the year. Almost hit another one out. Turned into a double. And then turned on that fastball inside and got it through. Good piece of hitting there. Big night for him. Good defense as usual. And he has scored 3 runs.
A few more wouldn't hurt. 7-4 Atlanta leads it. Christian Bethancourt to face Luis Garcia in relief for the Phillies. And he beats the first one to the shortstop, Galvis. And a sinker to first handled by Ryan Howard. 1 pitch, 1 out. Jace Peterson's had a good game. He's singled and scored. He's walked, stolen a base, and scored. It's an important insurance run the Braves picked up in the 6th inning after the Phillies scored 3 times to make it a 2-run game. Jace's tally made it a 7-4 score.
He's been on base twice, as you just pointed out. He came into the game with a .341 on base percentage, so that's gone up.
Into center field. Peterson has a 2-hit game.
And just as Andrelton Simmons has been really enjoying that 2 spot, dropping down in the order was really a good move for Jace Peterson. Boy, is that a good swing. Down and through.
It's been really fun to see the 7-8 guys feed the top of the order for Atlanta. Markakis, he's gotten some RBI chances. Simmons, Freeman. The lineup right now is flowing very well for the Braves again. 7 runs on 12 hits.
A 236 for Cameron Maben may not look like much to you, but that's a vast improvement over where he was. He's been on a slow, steady climb.
Double play, ball out to second, and Galvis dances across the bag and got him by a quarter step. Maben's doubled up, and this game goes to the 9th inning. It's Grilly time at the top of the 10 o'clock hour. 7-4, Atlanta leads it. Fans follow the Braves all year long with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or your tablet. Well, it's been a while since Jason Grilly's been in a game. Here he is, 3-run lead, top of the order coming up for the Phillies, top of the 9th inning.
First outing for him in 5 days.
Double night for Ben Revere. He's scored a run and he's driven in a run. Revere has a 14-for-40 road trip working. And ball 2. Age-old question for guys that pitch out of the bullpen: rest versus rust. Let's see what Grilly has in store for us with Galvis, Ashe, and Howard coming up. There's a strike. Mason's done a terrific job. Tied for 3rd in the league with 8 saves. He's been terrific on the road. Retired all 15 batters he's faced away from Turner Field. He's had the strikeout pitch working. 14 strikeouts in 9 innings this year. But Revere has been a tough out tonight for every Braves pitcher. A 4-hit game for Ben Revere, and the Phillies are not going quietly in the 9th.
I'll tell you, his old teammate Denard Span, who he played with in Minneapolis, went off on the Braves too. Had a huge series in the leadoff spot, and now Revere's doing the same thing. Got a high fastball there.
That's the 3rd 4-hit game for a Philly this year. 2 of them have come in this series. Revere tonight, Jeff Francoeur on Friday. Excuse me, on Monday. Here's Freddie Galvis. And a breaking strike, 0-1. Too hot to handle. 0-2.
You're going to throw another one right there.
Aaron Harang pitched to beauty again for the Phillies in this series. He'll take his next turn against the Mets. 0-2 count. And a fly ball softly hit out toward left. That's playable. And there's out number 1. Time for our Home Depot tools from the dugout.
A lot of good work by the offense again tonight, beginning with Andrelton's 3-hit game, Freddie's 3 hits, Nick's 2 clutch base hits that drove in runs when he was behind in the count, and Jace Peterson getting on base 3 times too, with 2 hits and a walk.
Cody Ashe 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. right there, called strike one.
How about he makes contact here, ground ball, right at Anderson.
That just missed. And the count's even.
PNC Bank pitch tracks here. Good pitch at the bottom of the zone.
It's 2 money pitches that haven't been called. Those are the ones you want, those bottom corners.
In the bottom of, or the top of the 9th inning, you bet.
There's a ground ball into the Braves dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reds beat the Pirates 3-0. Padres beat the Giants 9-1. Washington beat Miami 7-5. Braves are 2 out away from getting back to 500. 8-7-4 over the Phillies. Long look in by Grilli now as she steps out on it. Now we're ready with a 2-2 pitch. Letter high strikeout, and she is punched out for a 4th time tonight.
The old golden sombrero. One high.
Well, if a hitter's going to get the low one, for the benefit of the doubt, he can't expect to get that one too.
No, can't get both of them.
And Grilli's an out away with Ryan Howard coming up. Braves will shift again. Howard's had 3 hits. Swing and a miss. Revere will take second on defensive indifference.
It's really an odd shift. I mean, in that the infield is so severely shifted to the right side, but the outfield, look at those guys. They're not. They're shifted over toward left field. They're moving Kelly Johnson around now. And they're going to play it straight. At second base, force that issue.
So now it's Jace Peterson playing the rover spot. Kelly Johnson at his normal spot at third base. Simmons on the first base side of second base. Downstairs for Howard. 1 ball, 1 strike. Don't want to fiddle around too much. And the on deck circle represents a potential tying run.
Yeah, but I like him trying to work Howard upstairs. Such a dangerous low ball hitter. I like trying to go letter high on him and see if he can pull off her.
Nearly hit him inside. 3 balls and a strike. first, Howard, and the potential tying runs come to the box. Darren Ruff is the hitter. A situation like this, Tommy, is Bethancourt telling Grilli how they've worked rough in the game, or is Grilli telling Bethancourt how he wants to attack him?
I think Bethancourt's asking Grilli how he wants to attack him.
Ruff's taken an 0 for 4 tonight, but one swing he hit in the second level, the club level above the Phillies bullpen earlier tonight off Fultonavich, and he lined hard to short last time up with Howard at first.
He goes after that first pitch and fouls it straight back, 0-1.
You know, if that walk to Howard, you know, it's had he been the tying run, I don't have as much problem with it. You know, with a 3-run lead, you almost, you know, I know it's hard to do, but you almost rather say, hey, here, go ahead, see how far you can hit it, see if you can get him to pop it up or hit it at somebody, rather than ending up walking him in that situation and then letting the tying run come to the plate.
So top of the ninth drama with 2 outs. 2 on for Darren Ruff. 1 pitch. And Bethancourt knocked it down.
Fultonavich eventually struck him out in the first inning. As I recall, it was after he'd gotten ahead of him and then ran the count like back to even.
Fouled straight back, and now the Braves are a strike away.
He might have jammed himself on that high breaker.
17,772 the crowd tonight. You see the Braves finish off the Phillies and win the series.
Take a shot at breaking ball in the dirt.
Line drive left field. Gomes is coming on, has to play it safe. And Darren Ruff keeps the game alive for the Phillies. A 2-out, 2-strike single of his own. That scores Ben Revere. Howard stops at second. It's a 7-5 game in the ninth.
Good low fastball. He just went down and got it. And a good play here, a smart play by Johnny Gomes. If he dives for it or comes charging in and overruns it, then at the very least they've got a run in and runners at second and third. Could have been worse.
Quick chat from Braves pitching coach Roger McDowell. And now Herrera is the batter. 1 in, 2 on, 2 out. 2-run Braves lead. Feast or famine night for Odubel Herrera. 2 strikeouts, but 2 infield hits. A little surprised they haven't thought about a pinch runner for Ryan Howard here. Nothing in 1 for the Phillies center fielder.
Phillies get their bullpen busy. Ken Giles begins to loosen. As does Jonathan Papelbon.
Again, Jason's a strike away. Herrera's had a ton of trouble with breaking stuff this entire series. Let's see what Bethencourt and the Braves closer cook up. One-two pitch. It was a breaking ball and he fought it off.
When you've got that high leg kick, especially where his right foot comes from, it's awfully hard when you kick it in the air to stop the momentum. You're already beginning to rock forward, lean forward, and then especially stride forward to get your foot down. And that's why it's hard for him to adjust to anything off speed.
Well, if you think you can get him out with a breaking ball, I wouldn't mind seeing him take a shot at a high fastball here first, set it up so you can get him to chase it.
Another 1-2 pitch. He got him looking. A fastball freezes Herrera, and the Braves have beaten the Phillies. 7-5 is your final score. Atlanta takes 2 out of 3 from Philadelphia. They wrap up a 5-5 homestand. How apropos is that shot? Big night for number 5 for the Braves. Freddie Freeman, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Earns his second victory of the season. 7-5 the final from Turner Field. Back to talk about it more with you after this.